The Traveling Musicians. An honest farmer had once an ass that had been a faithful servant to him a great many years, but was now growing old, and every day more and more unfit for work. His master, therefore, was tired of keeping him, and began to think of putting an end to him. But the ass, who just saw that some mischief was in the wind, took himself slyly off, and began his journey towards the great city, for there, thought he, I may be turned musician. After he had travelled a little way, he spied a dog lying by the roadsides, and panting as if he were tired. What makes you pant so, my friend? Said the ass. Alas, said the dog, my master was going to knock me on the head, because I am old and weak, and could no longer make myself useful to him in the hunting. So I ran away. But what can I do to earn my livelihood? Hark ye, said the ass, I am going to the great city to turn musician. Suppose you go with me, and try what you can do in same way. The dog said he was willing, and off they went together. They had not gone far before they saw a cat, sitting upon the middle of the road, and making a most rueful face. Pray, my good lady, said the ass, what's the matter with you? You look quite out of spirits. Ah me, said the cat, how can one be in good spirits when one's life is in danger? Because I am beginning to grow old, and had rather lie at my ease by the fire than run about the house after the mice. My mistress laid hold of me, and was going to drown me. And though I had been lucky enough to get away from her, I do not know what I am to live upon. Oh, said the ass, by all means, go with us to the great city. You are a good night singer, and may make your fortune as a musician. The cat was pleased with the thought, and joined the party. Soon afterwards, as they were passing by a farmyard, they saw a cock perched upon a grate, and screaming out with all his might and main. Bravo, said the ass, upon my word, you make a famous noise. Pray, what is all this about? Why, said the cock, I was just now saying that we should have fine weather for our washing day, and yet my mistress and the cook didn't thank me for my pains, but threatened to cut off my head tomorrow, and make broth of me for the guests that are coming on Sunday. Heaven forbid, said the ass. Come with us, Master Chanticleer. Two will be better, at any rate, than staying here to have your head cut off. Besides, who knows, if we care to sing in tune, we may get up some kind of concert. So come along with us. With all my heart, said the cock. So they all four went on jollily together. They could not, however, reach the great city the first day, so when night came on, they went into wood to sleep. The ass and dog laid themselves down under a great tree. The cat climbed up into branches, while the cock, thinking that the higher he sat the safer it would be, flew up to the very top of the tree. Then, according to his custom, before he went to sleep, looked out on all sides of him to see that everything was well. In doing this, he saw far off some bright and shining, and called to his companion, saying, There must be a house no great way off, for I see a light. If that be case, said the ass, we had better change our quarters, for our lodging is not the best in the world. Besides, added the dog, I should not be for worse of bone or two, maybe a bit of meat. So they walked off together towards the spot where Chanticleer had seen the light. And as they drew near, it became larger and brighter, till they at last came close to a house in which a gang of robbers did live. The ass, being the tallest of the company, marched up to the window and peeped in. Well, donkey, said Chanticleer, what do you see? What do I see? Replied the ass. Why, I see a table spread with all kinds of good things, and robbers sitting round it in making merry. That would be a noble lodging for us, said the cock. Yes, said the ass, if only we could get in. So they consulted together about how they should contrive to get the robbers out. At last they hit upon the plan. The ass placed himself upright upon his hind legs, and with his 4 feet resting against the window, the dog got upon his back. The cat did scramble up to dog's shoulders, and the cock flew up and sat upon the cat's head. When all was ready, the signal was given, and they did begin their music. The ass he brayed, the dog he barked, the cat she mewed, and the cock he screamed. And then they all broke through window at once, and came tumbling into room amongst the broken glass, with a most hideous of clatter. The robbers, who had not been but little frightened by the opening concert, had no doubt that some frightful hobgoblin had broken in upon them, and scampered away as fast they could. The coast once clear, our travellers soon sat down, and dispatched what the robbers had left, with as much eagerness as if they had not expected to eat again for months. As soon as they had satisfied themselves, they put out the lights, and each once more sought out a resting place to his liking. The donkey laid himself down upon the heap of straw upon the yard. The dog stretched himself upon the mat behind the door, and the cat rolled herself up on hearth, where warm ashes. The cock then perched upon the beam atop of house, and as they were all rather tired from the journey, they soon fell asleep. But after midnight, when the robbers saw from afar that the lights were out, and that the all seemed quiet, began to think that they had been too great a hurry to run away, and one of them, who was bolder than the rest, went to see what was going on. Finding everything still, he marched into the kitchen, and groped about till he found a match, in order to light a candle. Then, espying the glittering, fiery eyes of the cat, he mistook them for live coals, and held the match to them to light it. But the cat, not understanding this joke, sprang upon his face, and did spat and scratch him. This frightened him dreadfully, and he ran away to back door. But there the dog jumped, and beat him on leg, and as he was crossing over yard, the ass did kick him, and the cock, who had been awakened by the noise, crowed with all his might. At this the robber ran back as fast as he could to comrades, and did told the captain how a horrid witch had gotten into the house, and had spat at him, scratching his face with her long bony fingers, how a man with a knife in his hand had hidden himself behind the door, and stabbed him upon the leg, and how a black monster stood in the yard, and did stick him with club, and how the devil had sat upon the top of the Christ, and cried, "Throw the rascal up here." After this the robbers never dared to go back to the house, but the musicians were so pleased with their quarters that they took up their abode there, and there they are, I dare say, maybe even at this very day.